What is up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellania. It's Saturday night, which means it's time for a live stream and a hangout. Hope you guys are doing well. Hello to everybody already in the chat. Tigger, sorry that you are sick. Hello. Goddess Jen, hi. Hi, Wallflower. Hi, Calf. How are you doing? Straw Bunny Milk. Let me Hi to you, Beans. How are you? What you're over there barking about? Come here. Come here, dude. Nothing, but it's okay. Beans just barking about nothing. Hello, DM. Let me go over my tools really quickly. One moment. Come here, Beans. Come here. Come here. Come on. She has food. I just fed her. I think she just barked. She's peeped because Beans is peeping. I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that. Oh my goodness. I'm glad that you're back, Tigger, but sorry that you're sick. Wendy, what's up, Wendy? Hi, Shannon. So I'll go over my tools now that the dogs are done screaming at me for a hot minute. I am using a pen, my usual from Diamond Pen Pal. This is my big fatty fat. And you know what it is? It's more about a laziness to switch out my multi-placer and my single placer because you gotta put tape on them and all that fun stuff. Otherwise, I'd switch over to another one of my Diamond Pen Pal pens, maybe like my Ajisai pen, which I love. But it's another beauty from Diamond Pen Pal. Or I've got this one from Diamond Pen Pal, nice fat pens. You know I like my fat pens. I've also got some fat ones from Kevin's DP pens. But anyways, I'm going to use a tray. This one is from Ephemera 3D. This was from the Mary Morales last year, but I love the pour spout on it. I just like that it's tiny. I'm going to use some putty from Diamond Art Club. It's just their like sparkle sticky, like the old stuff that you used to get, not the stuff that's in the kits. And I'm going to work on a Pink Gem Butterfly edition. The one that I am working on right now, I've got this one kind of in progress, is which one is that? I think that's the Anthocharis cardamines, whatever this one is. Words, Latin. Hi, Glory. Oh my goodness. Hi, Abby. Hi, Peggy. But yeah, I'm going to work on that one. And then I'm going to work on an Aglaeus Io. I'm going to work on that one. I got that one on standby for when I get finished with this one because it looks like eyeballs. And it feels like the right time of year to be doing some butterflies since they're getting their last tastes in for the season before all of these flowers are gone. It's gotten actually kind of chilly out here and yeah, enjoying that it's cooler out. I don't like it to be, Satan's testicles temperature outside, but it's been cool but windy. If it didn't have the wind, that would be better. But, you take what you can get, honestly. You love the butterfly one? I do too. I do too. I thought about working on, like I'm trying to get my whips that I have just, kind of waiting. I want to get those done before the end of the year. And then I guess by definition, likely before Mary Morales starts, I want to get all of my whips out of the way. And I thought about working on Ruby Reef Siren because I've only got, I don't know, like a row and a half left of that one. But I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, work on some butterflies because this is another set that I had started and I just hadn't really worked on it yet. So I'm like, well, I'll do some butterflies. Why not? What has everybody else got going on for tonight? Are you guys diamond painting? Are you just hanging out? I know Tigger's laying on a heating pad. Probably a good thing. probably a good thing. Not bump cords and things. There we go. Dustin is playing some Animal Crossing. Hopefully the sound on that is low enough that I don't get jumped by Nintendo and demonetized. Hi, Christina. First time going to the live. Well, welcome. Hello, Annie. But yeah, tell me what you guys are working on. Dustin's he decided for whatever reason, he got a wild hair and he's like, I'm gonna play Animal Crossing. And so he's basically been playing Animal Crossing every day for the last 2 weeks. He'd started one game and he's playing on the computer. I will say no more than that. And the first time, I guess the files were corrupted, so he had to start a new island again. Hi, Melissa. Still working on Heart on Sleeve by Mikey Bergman. Plugging away at Greek Princess. Ooh, you kidded up Time to Spare. Oh, I can't wait to see that. You got your first black rose on Animal Crossing. Okay, Dustin's excited. I was actually kind of thinking about playing some Animal Crossing myself, but I've been watching island tour videos to see what sort of maybe a theme that I want to do. And I've seen these ones, they're sort of like more natural, sort of, I don't know, forest core type. And I want to do a farm. I know that. Just kind of trying to decide like what the overall theme should be. I saw one that's like grandma core. That one was really cute. I'm going to finish 2 squares in Shattered so you can get to 50% finished. Whoop, whoop. Working on your autumnal sunflower. All right, all right. That sunflower is really beautiful. Really beautiful. Yeah, I want to try and get through my whips that have just kind of been sitting. And so I've got my Jada Gem Shop, Ruby Reef Siren. She's close to finished. I'll have her done before the weekend is done. At least that's the plan. And then because she's around, it's not going to be that hard to do. And then I've got a piece from Ever After, which is like my Wizard of Oz one. And then it won't be the J Wall. That one's gonna be a bit before that gets finished. I'm not in any rush on that one. But yeah, thought why the heck not try and get those whips out of the way? I can get the storage back that they've been using, you know, because I don't have unlimited storage. I wish I did. That would be really cool, but I do not. I was doing rounds for a while there where it was like literally just rounds, and then realized I was eating through my stash really quickly. And I'm like, I got to come up with a better plan. This is maybe not the best plan. You know what I need? I need one of those. I love these things that I keep my drills in, but I need one of those things so that the bags stand up. That'd make my life a lot easier. I know Zodiac Shadows has them, and I thought about maybe talking to Liz and being like, yo, Liz, get some of these sent over to me, would ya? Speaking of Liz from Zodiac Shadows, I talked to her about Mary Morales, and we're going to come up with something for an event thing. Now, I was going to ask you guys your thoughts on what sort of event thing you might want to have, because I was eyeballing her canvas rollers, the ones that you can use on your whips to like keep them rolled up on one side, but I didn't know if that was something that everybody might want to buy because we did a pen holder from Zodiac Shadows last year. I feel like that did really well and everybody seemed to enjoy it. Community Made has some, but they're pricey. Yeah. A tea bag organizer. That's a good idea, Wendy. That's a really good idea. I pick one of those up at like a Walmart, right? Not a bad idea. But I thought, we could do a funnel, like an event funnel, but I wanted to do something that was going to be practical for everybody. And the pen holder seemed pretty practical for everybody to get. Canvas rollers sound cool. You're gonna say this sounds boring, but canvas roller. That's not boring though, man. Canvas rollers are handy. I like thinking practically because yeah, okay, trays are nice. Getting an event tray is nice. It commemorates whatever, but like I want something that I'm gonna be able to use again and again and again. And honestly, I need to get just a regular one of these deep six trays from Ephemera because I use this tray so often. It's my favorite. And I'm a practical thinker. A canvas roller, I can use that all the time. You know what I mean? Regardless of what event it's for. Whereas a tray, I feel like people have trays on trays on trays on trays. Let's do something a little different. Yeah, canvas rollers. What's up, Noel? How you doing? Okay. Well then I think a canvas roller is a good idea. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Because for one thing, my understanding is that yeah, one is great, but two works better. So even having one for the event and one that's not for the event still be useful. Would still be very useful. And then she said if there's something that, she doesn't carry in her shop, that she could probably come up with something if, there's something from another shop we see or whatever. She can probably come up with her own version of something. So I don't know. But I'm into the idea of a canvas roller. I really am, because that's practical. I don't want you to get event stuff that you're not going to use. My plan, Melissa, is to reach out to Ephemera again and do a tray. And I think I want to do the same as I did last time with the deep six and the totem. Because like I said, I love this thing. I use it constantly. Love their trays. Love Firefly. Probably talk to Matt about doing something with Firefly again. But maybe I'll pick a different kind of tray this time and do something else. Because I like the Switch Mini Max, but I know that's a little bit big for small-handed people. So yeah, pick a different kind of tray. So I've already got two of the Switch Mini Maxes, so I don't need a third one of those. You stick to your one tray and you like it? Heck yeah. I don't buy event trays. Bought one once and was oh, that's too bad. Yeah, and that's the thing. Trays are very, I mean, trays are tricky because most often you find a company or a style of tray that you like and that's it for you. It's like you found a tray that fits your hand, it fits your practical usage, and there you go. And I love that there's so many different event trays out there, but I don't need a tray for every event I'm in. I know some people, they like to have a tray or some memento of some kind from every event that they're in, and that's great. I can't do that, but I want it to be something that works for everybody. That's why I did for Mary Morales last year. I had done a few different companies for event trays so that if it was, a matter of size or style or color or whatever, that there would be options, lots of options. And I'm probably going to do the same again this year. But yeah, from Zodiac Shadows, I'm thinking canvas roller is a good idea. Hi, Tanis. Yes, Abby. Firefly does sell trays that light up, and you can get ones that are cordless, or you can get ones that stay plugged into like your computer or one of the one of like these dealies with all the thingies in it. I can't see what I'm gesturing. This thingy, one of these that has like all the ports in it or whatever, that yeah, you can either have it cordless or you can get one corded. And I don't remember what the like charge life is on those, but those look really freaking cool. They're a little bit pricey, but like kind of worth it. I mean, I always have an overhead light on, but occasionally you get a dark tray and a dark drill and you can't even see what the heck you're doing. But yeah, I'm already making plans in my mind for what's going to happen for Mary Morales this year. You'd buy a canvas roller. Heck yeah, they're handy. You know what I mean? Like even if it doesn't say Mary Morales on it, still handy to have one. She's got two different kinds. One of them is like just a 3D printed plastic canvas roller, and then she's got this other one that like attaches to the table so that you can adjust the size depending on how big the piece is, and then you can have it like rolling at the back or the front of the table. I like those. I mean, the whole set I think is I think it was like that was one of the more pricey ones. And I obviously wanted to go with something that was going to be, 30, $40 or more for an event item. But I want to pick one of those up at some point, just anyways. But the one that I'm talking about is like literally a 3D printed, tube thingy. Beans, come back over here. No, sir, come here. No, come here. Sit back down. You were doing just fine. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know, buddy. But you can't be drooling on my stuff. Yeah, you're beautiful. You're a beautiful boy. Yeah, you're beautiful. Just relax. Gave him a couple of Benadryl, so I'm hoping that he'll just chill. No, Beans. No, sir. I know your life is hard as a dog, isn't it, Beans? Uh-huh. I know. You're chinning me. Why are you chinning me, sir? I can't pet you and diamond paint at the same time. Well, I'll try. How about that? I'll try and pet you and diamond paint at the same time. Why your go-to tray is semi-transparent. Yeah, honestly. Hard to see. Hard to see sometimes. Beans, I can stop petting you for a minute. I gotta hold on to my canvas or it's gonna move away on me. You big whiny baby. WKBW. You wimpy kitty baby whiner. Yeah, I know, Beans. I know. I know. Why is your life so hard? Do you guys hear him? He is being ridiculous. And he's like literally smacking me with his Beans. Lay down. Lay down. Come on. You want to go under the table? Here, go under the table. No? Well, then lay down and relax, okay? Lay down. This poor, poor, poor beaten dog, I tell you. Hold on, let me see if I can get him. Come here, Beans. Come here. Bring your face over here. Bring your face over here. He's like, eh. Come here. There we go. Oh, there he went under the table. Big fluffy head. Here. There he is. There's Mr. Beans with his big old head. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Allison. Beans is having a meltdown, but he's okay. Yeah. Rub your ears. There you go. There. It's gonna leave a big, sloppy, messy slobber stain on me. Oh my goodness. And that's what life with a Great Pyrenees is like. Here, lay down, dude. Lay down. You're okay. Yeah, you're okay. Oh my goodness. Anyways, Beans, I can't diamond paint and pet you at the same time. I'm really trying. Dog. Look at him. He doesn't like to have his face on camera. Sometimes when he's when he's laying down and just whining about nothing, I'll pull out my camera and pretend like I'm gonna record him, and then he stops. He's like, "Don't show everybody my whining, mom." Oh, but he's warming my feet up. That's kind of nice. Yeah, Beans, warm my feet up. Thank you. Layer it on top of them. You know, you think to yourself, like, oh, it'd be so great to own a great big polar bear. And then it's like, oh, but they bark incessantly and never ever ever stop for any reason. I could bribe him, I could drug him, I could beg, I could do all kinds of things. It's just he's gonna just make sounds. Yes, he is very emo pup. Your birthday's Monday. Ooh, Allison, are you doing anything fun? Anything for funsies for your birthday? My birthday's in the beginning of December, so it's generally one of those. Well, one, when I get presents, it's always people like, oh, here's your Christmas and birthday present. Gee, thanks. And then also, everybody's always busy in December. I think that's probably why I ended up doing Mary Morales is because my birthday is the beginning of December, and it was sort of like a birthday gift to myself. Run an event, get to work on a Morales. It worked out perfectly. It worked out very well, especially for all those other people out there like me who have December birthdays and get the shaft when it comes to getting to do something fun. Although on my like the weekend of my birthday, typically the first weekend in December, my town started doing this, like, what is it called? The Jolly Jingle? Is that what they call it, Dustin? Isn't that what they call it? Jolly Jingle? Some nonsense, but they do fireworks. And so, because fireworks are like my favorite thing in the whole world, the fact that I get fireworks on the weekend of my birthday is pretty rad. Although I think this year either it'll be before my birthday, maybe, because my birthday is going to be on a Tuesday this year, I think. You have to get your first Morales. Ooh, you better get on it. Celebrating on Friday with family. Ooh, okay. Ordering pizza cake. What is a pizza cake? Oh, unless you meant pizza, comma, cake, in which case, okay. That makes way more sense than a pizza cake. I mean, though I'm sure pizza cake is a thing because we live in 2025 where anything can be a thing. If you can dream it, you can have it. Spaghetti cake. Oh, lasagna. Shut up. Don't talk to me anymore. You're grounded from speaking anymore, Dustin. Lasagna is not spaghetti cake. Get out of here. Only in Italian. goodness. Okay. Oops, sorry. I'm assuming that means pizza, comma, cake. Okay. Hey, listen. Like I said, this is 2025. You can have just about anything you want. I'm sure that there are cake makers out there who would absolutely be able to do pizza cake. I'm sure they exist somewhere in the world. My father's birthday, 91 year. Woo! Happy birthday to your dad. My goodness. Part of me goes, man, I hope I lived in 91. And then the other part of me goes, man, I don't want to live to 91. As long as like my mind is all there, obviously it will not be great if my body is not also like able to be up to the task, but you know, I wouldn't mind it so much. As long as how long? Oh, okay. So you guys, I put together a little game that we could play because you know I like to hang out and play fun games with you. And since Jamie's here, it makes it even better. I got together a would you rather game, but this one is not based on diamond painting because we know how much Jamie gets agitated. She don't like that game. But I have one for like a 90s theme. What do you think? You want to play some would you rather 90s edition? I'm into it. Could be anything. Could be anything. Still living in his house and has all good. There you go, Annie. There you go. Yeah, would you rather just for Jamie, because we know how much she loves this game. Okay. So, any questions? Yeah. Make sure we have enough. Okay, so let's start with music. Would you rather 90s edition music? Are you guys ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Why not? Okay. You just refuse to play by the rules. It's true, Jamie. Tomorrow is when those two men will become saints, the man and the teenager. Oh boy. Okay. Music. Would you rather only listen to Spice Girls or Backstreet Boys for the rest of your life? Ooh, ouch. I don't really like either of those. Um, if I have to pick, tell you what I want. No, Dustin. No, absolutely not. Okay, so Dustin's picking Spice Girls apparently because he knows the words. Um, okay, so I feel like musically, the Backstreet Boys are more like I feel like there's more harmonies, there's more happening musically in their songs. Like Spice Girls are fun, don't get me wrong, but I don't like even To Become One was not like musically all of that complicated or interesting to listen to. So I'm gonna go with the Backstreet Boys if I have to. It's in the song name. I want it that way. There you go. Yeah, no, hi Angela, you haven't missed anything. We just started playing a game. The 90s Would You Rather game. And the first question was would you rather listen to Spice Girls or Backstreet Boys for the rest of your life? I'm going to have to go with Backstreet Boys. Cuz like at least musically, it's interesting to listen to. And I mean, geez, you still see the Backstreet Boys like out and about nowadays making music. Oh, so guess what I did? I went through and I took out the Paint Gem 310 and I replaced them for Diamond Art Club 310 because I had so many leftovers. Because I was tired of all of the gap or not the gapping, the cupping on the Paint Gem drills. I figured if I was going to have to use black drills, I didn't want to use all garbage. So traded them out for Diamond Art Club. They do have more options. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah. Okay, next question. Ooh, would you rather go to a Britney Spears concert in 1999 or a Nirvana concert in 1993? Well, it's going to have to be Nirvana for me. Wallflower says they were just at the Sphere. Oh, and residencies in Vegas. Fancy. Well, I mean, nothing can ever stop the libido of, 30 and 40-year-old women with expendable amounts of money. No, I'm gonna have to go with Nirvana. Obviously, if I've got to pick, that's my pick. You know what? I'm gonna stay on the 3 times. Look at that. Ooh, it looks good. I like it. She pretty. Okay. We got that one done. Let's move on to our IO. Yeah, an Aglias IO is the one I'm going to work on next. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, fancy. Yep, Nirvana. That's a lot of Nirvana. Not that Britney's not talented or anything, but she needs to get some help. That's what that lady needs to do. It was like the minute that she got her freedom back or whatever, she's already like in her house spinning a katana around a small dog, and I'm like, well, thank God they let her loose from her conservatorship. Definitely give that woman millions of dollars to do with whatever she wants to. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's something. She is something. Okay. Would you rather get all your music on cassette tapes, like a language, or CDs? CDs, obviously. Cassettes don't skip. Well, CDs don't skip unless they're scratched. You would rather have cassette tapes than CDs? Yeah? Okay. Dustin's going with cassette tapes. I don't know, man. I still have a very extensive CD collection. Oh, see, I had a shock-proof Discman. Yeah, I do know how you walk. You don't so much walk as you do, I don't know what I would call that. It's messy. Let's suffice it to say, when Dustin walks, he is very messy. Okay. So you wanna mess around with pencils for the rest of your life. Everybody else is saying CDs, but Melissa has a real love for cassettes. Rewinding cassettes was a bitch. I agree, Wendy. I agree. Just flip it. Well, okay, but that's now you're also assuming that unlike me, you're able to just put on an album and just listen to the whole thing front to back, not skipping to another song, not switching for anything else. Like the CDs at least had the convenience of being able to move tracks to another song and not having to like because and you're also going to ruin a cassette tape very quickly in the rewinding constantly. That's why you just flip it over. Well, again, you like to just listen to an album all the way through. I am not that person. I like to skip around songs. I like to listen to whatever mood I'm in. Hi, Diamonds by Tita. Welcome. Not when you got to spin it around with a pen. Right. Nothing like trying to pull the ribbon out of the stereo. It's tearing it and I'm not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. That's what I'm saying. I can't tell you how many cassettes I've ruined just, I don't know, playing them. There's a reason that we moved to CD. Also, the amount of memory on a CD compared to what you can write onto a cassette is pretty massive too. You could put hours of music on one CD. A cassette, you're kind of limited because you can't make a cassette larger. You know what I mean? All right, I'll argue with you about that some more later. You can record the radio. Very true. Very true. I did a lot of that, recording the radio, recording yourself. Yeah. Shuffle mode. Yeah, see, Annie, I'm with you on that. Definitely. Okay. Would you rather, in the TV and movies, we'll do a few of those. Would you rather live in the world of Friends or Saved by the Bell? Okay, so I'm going to tell you right here and right now, I have never watched an episode of Friends, not a single episode of Friends. I don't know anything about the world of Friends at all. But would I want to perpetually be in high school? Hell no. I mean, I can't even imagine how they were able to afford an apartment in New York on whatever salaries that they must have had. I mean, I know one of them was like a paleontologist, right? So I guess, maybe you got a good enough salary on that. But like, I don't know what the rest of them were doing for money because I didn't watch the show. You watch Friends every day? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't love New York though. Oh, that's hard. I don't want to live in high school for the rest of my life. So I guess I'm going to have to go with Friends, even though I know nothing about it. I'll have to take your word for it. It's always on in the background when I'm working. Nice. Be nice to live in a world where that's affordable. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Also, the economy wasn't in the toilet so much in the 90s. So, that probably helped. But should I probably watch some Friends? Yeah, I probably should. I'm sure it's on a streaming service that I can watch it. I'll have to look into that. Maybe give it a try. I can't make a promise that I will, but I'll think about it. I'll still choose their world because like I said, I don't want to be in high school in my life. Spent most of their time in their homes or at the cafe. Right. Right. Okay, let's see. Would you rather binge watch only The Fresh Prince of Bel Air or Boy Meets World forever? You know what? Wow, sugar, shush. Uh-uh. Bring me that dog so I can shame her. Sugar, come here. You're gonna be shamed. It's time for a shaming. No, not so I can shake her. I said so I can shame her. Yeah, just shake her out. Come here, you. Look at this dog. Look at this dog barking at nothing all the time. Just all the time barking at nothing. It's a sugar dog. Sugar dog, sugar dog. Here she is, little sugar, making sounds, barking at nothing. Okay, now you be good, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna go upstairs and live there with Ray. Um, Honestly, if I had to binge watch Fresh Prince or sorry, Boy Meets World, I'm gonna go with Fresh Prince, and here's why. I felt like the lessons, excuse me, the lessons in Fresh Prince were much more poignant in my mind, right? I enjoy the Fresh Prince of Bel Air and could probably because it's been so long since I've watched it. I'm sure I could remember some of the episodes, but not enough to be like, yeah, um let me try and remember some stuff that I watched, I don't know, in the 6th or 7th grade. So yeah, I'll probably go with Fresh Prince. I enjoyed the show over the two of them better. Uh hey, 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 hey. Sorry, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Jeez. I don't know if somebody like honked their horn outside as they were parking. Probably. Probably that. Guess it would depend on how old you were when they came out. Yeah, that's probably true. Because, I mean, Boy Meets World was, I feel like, too young for me. I feel like my younger sibling watched Boy Meets World. I think it was just too like juvenile in comparison to how old I was at the time. So you're probably right about that. Which is probably why the lessons in Fresh Prince made more sense to who I was as a person back then. Yeah. Okay, next one. Would you rather only be able to watch Disney VHS tapes or Nickelodeon cartoons? Oh, that's hard. That's easy for you? You're going with Nickelodeon cartoons. I already know. I know damn right. How many of you guys own an orange Nickelodeon VHS tape? Because I do somewhere. And in fact, I think it was like um right, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Snick sort of tape. I'm almost positive. I do love me some Nickelodeon, but man, I was definitely a Disney kid. And I have slash had every freaking Disney VHS that you could name because now I just have them all on DVD. Jamie says Jaded Gem Shop has a 30% sale. Ew, fancy. Yeah, that's hard, man, because I do love them both. I do love them both. Um, I figure either way is a winner, but the only thing I'll probably get away with in my house would probably be Nickelodeon. Because at least then everybody will be able to watch it, whatever. There'd be a little less bitching and fighting about what's on the TV because I feel like we all enjoy Nickelodeon cartoons. But I do love Disney. If it's a life just for me and I don't have to please anybody else with the television, Disney. All day, every day. And obviously, if we're talking like Disney VHS, we're talking like classic Renaissance era of Disney, not like whatever stuff that they're putting out now, live action things and whatever. Because that's a no-go for me. That's going to be a no-go. Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Right. You've also got Cow and Chicken. You've got Chowder, the Amazing World of Gumball. You've got, I mean, it's just like there's so many things, so many things. What's that? Oh, right. No, Cartoon Network, Ren and Stimpy. If we're talking about Nickelodeon, Ren and Stimpy. Um, what else? What's that? Doug. Oh yeah, man, Doug. Freaking Doug. Rugrats. We love some Rugrats. I could watch Rugrats now as an adult. Right now. All right, let's see. Would you rather have to survive a night in Are You Afraid of the Dark or in Goosebumps? Ooh, I mean, yeah, Rocco's Modern Life. Wasn't it was Two Angry Beavers? That was Cartoon Network, right? I can't remember. Either way. Um, well, I personally found Are You Afraid of the Dark stories to be, in my mind, kind of scarier than Goosebumps. Uh, but I love Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't want to be in the show. Well, as like the scary stuff, I'd be one of the kids with the powder that makes the fire colorful. Yeah. Hey Arnold, yeah. Neither. That was by Tina says neither. Yeah, football head was Hey Arnold. Let's see. Tech and toys. Would you rather own a Tamagotchi or a Furby? Well, I have currently both of those things. For me personally, though, I was way more interested in Furby than I was in Tamagotchi. I didn't like the responsibility of a Tamagotchi, especially because I would always get Tamagotchi's the one that it would like. Yeah, it's I know they're right there. I'm aware they're right there. Tamagotchi's the one that like it grows from an egg and like changes into something, right? Yeah. And see, I would always get it to a point where I thought it was going to morph into something really awesome. And then it'd be like, oh, look, it's a blob with two eyeballs and completely not exciting. And I wasted all of that time in my life to raise this thing up to be a blob with two eyeballs instead of a freaking dragon or something cool. So I'm definitely going to go with a Furby if I've got to pick. Less responsibility with a Furby. Much less responsibility with a Furby. And you know what it's going to be right when you get it. You don't have to like try and raise it up to be something. What I had kids for. Furbies, at least, you know, you can, yeah, you go along, they learn how to speak. Uh, Obviously, they're speaking their own kind of Furby language, but you know, you're kind of teaching it. But it is what it is. You get it, and it's that. It's that thing. My kids left me in charge of their Tamagotchis when they went to school. Yeah, see, too much responsibility, man. They came up with a lot of like upgrade versions of the Tamagotchi. I mean, they came up with an upgrade heavy on the quotes there version of the Furby, but it was not better. It was somehow freakier than the original. I don't even know how that's possible. Because those were pretty damn freaky. I leaned on my phone and it did its thing. Oh no, Tamagotchi, because they're not creepy. Okay, would you rather play Mario Kart 64 or Pokemon Red Blue? Mario Kart, obviously. I have schooled my children in the art of getting their ass kicked in that game. Dustin and I are we're pretty ruthless with the kids at Mario Kart 64 or any form of Mario Kart because then they get the feeling of satisfaction when they win, and it's not just some manufactured, you know, feeling of pride. Like, right, no participation trophies with Mario Kart in our house. Never, not ever. If they win, they won like fair and square. And then they get to go and beat the crap out of their friends, and it's pretty amazing to watch. I was also not much of a Pokemon person, like as far as the game goes. Like, yeah, not so much. Probably prefer Pokemon long term. Oh my gosh, I feel like Dustin and I have set up enough ghost tracks for the kids to race against, where we would essentially go against our own ghost over and over and over and over again until it was practically like unbeatable. Dustin's done that plenty of times. Frustrating. Yeah, he's got a couple of doozies in there for sure. Trying to find my next drill color. Here we go. There we go. All right, let's see. Would you rather still use would you rather still use a dial-up modem or a giant block cell phone? See, okay, here's the thing about phones. Hi, Linda. The thing about phones, right? Do you know how unsatisfactory it is to hang up on a person and you just like go boop and it's done? Do you know how much I miss like actually having a physical phone so that when you hung up on somebody and you like slam that phone down, they like knew what you meant. Like you could hear the slamming of the phone when somebody hung up on you and they were pissed, right? I miss that. Even though the big brick phone is not going to give me that. Sugar? No, no, no. No. No, don't get him started. Don't get him started. Can you take her upstairs, Ray? Deliver her upstairs. Sorry, one second. Sorry about that. Sugar just doing her usual crap stirring like she does. There was a car door or something that shut, and she can hear, I don't know, a squirrel fart. So she's got to let everybody in the house know that they should start barking too. Even got Bowie going that time, which usually Bowie is good. She just sits and she's quiet. But yeah, no, what I was saying, I miss I miss having a phone that like you could like literally slam down on somebody when you were angry with them. Like, you know what I mean? So I guess between a big old blocky cell phone or dial up modem, like kids don't even understand. I know that's such an old person thing to say, but they don't even understand like the okay, you'd be in the middle of a conversation with somebody on like MSN chat or whatever, and then mom or somebody would get on the phone and then all of a sudden drop everything that you were in the middle of doing on the internet. Oh, and because dial up sucks, I'm going to go with the giant brick cell phone because at least I feel like if you slam that down when you hung up on somebody, you'd feel something from it at least. Because these tiny, like, basically defenseless phones that we currently have that, like, legitimately will break for any reason, like, I don't know, a 4-foot drop from the back of a chair onto a fucking car. Excuse me, bad language. Um, yeah, yeah. These poor tiny baby defenseless phones that we currently have, they suck. Let's go back to, oh my God, or a flip phone. Oh, hang up on somebody with a flip phone again. Oh, that power. Like literally clap it closed on somebody. Oh, miss those days. You couldn't do that with a current one because like you just completely because I know they have those foldy ones that you can make bigger or whatever, but you shatter the screen. You can't do anything with these current phones without like legitimately ruining it forever and needing to buy a new phone. Hang up on somebody aggressively and need a new phone. I'm not into that. Brick cell phone isn't even that much bigger. Really, truly, with some of them. Um, okay. Would you rather have every Beanie Baby ever made or every Pogs set? Okay, I was not a I wasn't a Beanie Baby or a Pog collector actually. But Dustin was a Beanie Baby collector. In fact, we were talking about Labubu and Beanie Babies. It's like it's the current like it thing. It's the baby bean or the Beanie Baby of its time. The Labubu is, or blind box anything to be honest. But I I personally didn't care about Pogs or Beanie Babies. She was up there with you for a reason. because she's down here starting barking and stuff. Can you please bring her back up there with you? Yeah, I'm on my live. Oh, yeah, no. She's crap stirring is what she's doing. She'll hear a car door shut and then she feels like she needs to announce it to the house. The boo boo is as ugly as trolls. Honestly, hogs take up less space. There you go. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Because yeah, I mean, Beanie Babies, I don't know. I never fully understood. Like I had a couple of Beanie Babies, but they were things like people got me as a birthday gift or whatever. Like, you know how does okay, maybe I'm the only one, could be, but do you guys remember being in like middle school, high school, and for maybe some of you elementary school, and like it was the big thing to get balloons on your birthday. I don't know if it was like this for everybody in their school, but it was a big deal in my school. Like if your friend or your parent or whatever got you like a bouquet of balloons for your birthday. Did you ever have that, Dustin? No, that wasn't a thing for you. Like in Madison, that was the thing. It was like you were only cool if you got a bouquet of balloons for your birthday or whatever. I will admit to having a few sunny angels. You what? You remember people gave them, but you remember that being a thing. Okay, so it's not something that I made up. Like, well, so like occasionally I would get, a bouquet of balloons and it would have a Beanie Baby attached to it, but it wasn't something like I didn't collect them. Um, and I never cared about pogs either, but I don't know. Like my kids currently have Beanie Babies in their like stuffed animal collections because Dustin had them or Dustin's parents had them. They were regifted or whatever. The kids would pick them up in the bin at Goodwill for $1 or whatever. Those things will probably be around forever. So I guess Beanie Babies only for like the resurgence that always happens when people collect things. Like they're hot initially and then nobody cares and then they're hot again and then nobody cares. Although you're right though, pogs would take up a whole lot less space. I didn't get them. I didn't understand them. Still kind of don't understand them, but what do you do? People collect weird stuff. What can I say? Diamond painting. um, fashion and trends. Oh, would you rather wear Jenko jeans or overalls with one strap down every day? Overalls. What'd you say? You said Jenko jeans. I know what you said because I know you had pairs of Jenko jeans. You could put literally everything in the pockets, including probably a small child. I bet you could fit a small child into a pair of Jenko pants in the pocket, not in the pants. Sort of a status symbol because of the blind buy aspect. And then if you get rare ones, yeah, right, Wallflower. It's all about that disposable income. And then they're so ugly, they're kind of cute if you have to stare at one long enough. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. They're cute enough, but I don't understand the Labubu. I never will. I didn't even know what a Labubu looked like until I Googled one, I don't know, a couple days ago. And now every time I'm on something, I get ads for them because I looked one up one time. Annoying. But yeah, I'm going with overalls with one strap down because obviously you love the gremlin energy. All right. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's see. Would you rather, oh God, would you rather rock frosted tips or a Rachel haircut? Here we go, talking about Friends again, right? Because that's Friends thing. That was Jennifer Aniston's character. Man, everybody with their freaking Rachel haircut. Um, I liked dyeing my hair a whole lot. Obviously, I'm not gonna like spike it up a la what's his name? The chef. What's his name? Dustin. Guy Fieri. So I will not be or dude from Smash Mouth. He had frosted tips, right? So did oh what the tell me every day. Said no dinero if you stay at home, but my friend, you gotta pay. What band is that? The Offspring. Yeah, he also had frosted tips. I guess I don't know, man. I guess I'm going with a Rachel haircut. I don't think I could Sujin, Guy Fieri. Neither, I refuse. Yeah, I don't think I would look good with either of those hairdos. If I have to pick one, shave it all off. Going bald. Going bald. Can't do it. I will not join the likes of Smash Mouth and Offspring and Guy Fieri. And I don't want a Rachel haircut. I'm gonna break my own rules and say neither for me too. I don't know. A Rachel haircut nowadays, that is very much like a Karen haircut. Forgot to check pings. It's okay, Sujin. Welcome, welcome. We're just playing a would you rather 90s version. Um Yikes, man. Yeah, I feel like the Rachel is definitely a a 90s form of a Karen haircut because that lady would definitely ask to speak to your manager today. For sure. Okay, let's see. See, rules are made to be broken, right? Frosted tips do look better on longer hair. I have pretty long hair. I mean, it's like down to my bra now. I cut it off. It was down to my butt. Then it was too long and it was always in my way. Um, oh, would you rather own a lifetime supply of slap bracelets or scrunchies? Okay, but scrunchies are useful. A slap bracelet just hurts, but a scrunchie is useful. I still have scrunchies all over my house, honestly. I still use those to put my hair back. Um, and I remember like my friend and I, we used to do this thing with our hair. Okay, this is going to sound really complicated when I explain it. I'm going to try and explain it so it makes sense. But essentially, you take your hair, you put it in a ponytail, and then you like open the hair up and then wrap it back around the original scrunchie so it looks kind of like a donut, and then you put another scrunchie around that, and then another scrunchie, and then another scrunchie, and then it looks like you've got this like bun in the back or top of your head if you're doing it on the top, or you could do like the little buns, but you had to have kind of short hair to do it because you couldn't like spin it and then wrap it. You had to like legitimately take the hair, open it up, and make it look like I don't know, one of those one of those buns, but like you put a hole in it. Not a donut necessarily because it was very tight, but I didn't like slap bracelets because I injured myself too many times. I am honestly surprised to see that slap bracelets even made any kind of a resurgence because I've cut myself on a freaking slap bracelet before. You know, they always had like some kind of an outside wrap or whatever that was on them, but that was basically just um Oh, what the heck is it? It's like a tape measure, right? But with something funky on the outside. Yeah, like a measuring tape. And I've cut myself on those before. So I was surprised to see them make any kind of a comeback for children because they're dangerous too. Go with bracelets too, since your hair is short. Okay. Slap bracelet, use it to keep the canvas rolled. Hey, there you go. Find a use for it. That's good. Would that work? Have you tried it? Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I'd try it if it would work. Heck yeah. And then you have a whole collection of them. Very handy. All right, let's see. Food and snacks. Would you rather snack forever on Dunkaroos or Gushers? Ooh, I didn't like Gushers. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Dunkaroos, I guess. Because at least you don't have to dunk the Dunkaroo. You can just eat the, like, what is it? Basically like a graham cracker stick or whatever. But I didn't like Gushers. I don't, it's a consistency thing. I don't like jellied kind of things anyways, like gelatin type things, but then you add an element of some sort of random liquid on the inside and yuck. Hard pass. So I will go with Dunkaroos because then I don't have to dunk them if I don't want to. Because yeah, the stuff that you dunk them in was also basically just like frosting. Blech. But I could eat just the graham cracker stick or whatever, and that would be fine. I'd be all right with that. Um, oh, would you? Oh no, would you rather drink Crystal Pepsi or Surge as your only soda? Well, as Surge as is as close to Mountain Dew, uh, of the two of them, I would go with Surge. Also, Crystal Pepsi is disgusting. I liked it. Just Beans, did you fart? Oh, he let a silent one out right next to me. It's oh man, smells like he pooped. Oh no, Beans, it's gonna make my eyes water. Woo! Dog fart. Oh my god, terrible. Um, I liked Crystal Pepsi. It was okay, but I liked Surge of the two better. Both pretty gross, ultimately. Both pretty disgusting. I think you can still buy Surge, can't you? I think it's still a thing. New gushers seem different, worse than they used to be. Got some for my kid to try. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I haven't had a gusher since probably the first gusher I ever had because I think that they're gross. Yeah, I think you can still buy Surge, but Crystal Pepsi of the two was probably worse in my opinion. Blech, yucky. Um, would you rather eat nothing but Lunchables or Hot Pockets for a year? Mm. What's that? Well, but we're talking 90s food. We're not talking about current food. Like 90s style Hot Pockets, there were only like what, three different kinds? Well, they had ham and cheese, they had a pepperoni one, they had the combo type one that was like pepperoni sausage or whatever. What? No, there are pizza rolls too. Yes, but Hot Pockets also had like a combo variety. Oh, chicken and broccoli. I don't know, man. But Lunchables was basically ham and cheese, turkey and Swiss or whatever. Like there weren't pizza Lunchables back then. Well, if they did have them back then, they were newer. At least I don't know, man. Lunchables at least is a little bit healthier of a snack than Hot Pockets, but I do like Hot Pockets. I do enjoy a Hot Pocket. Um, Shut up, Dustin. Don't be gross. Uh, I guess I'm gonna go with Hot Pockets over Lunchables, though I don't dislike Lunchables. Hot Pocket, I kind of already do. Uh, yeah, especially nowadays, there's lots of varieties of Hot Pockets, lots and lots. Um, okay, pure nostalgia. Would you rather have your favorite 90s toy magically appear brand new or your favorite 90s snack brought back forever? Toy, absolutely. My issue was we did a lot of moving around when I was a kid. We moved apartments literally every year. Sometimes in the middle of the year, we would move. We were just always moving. And so there were so many things that I had collected over the years, stuffed animals and whatever that I had collected and had to throw away or give away or donate or whatever, that I lost a lot of my childhood. The only thing that went with me basically every time we moved was my books. Those were the one thing that I was not going to give up, to the point that like my children ended up with my books from when I was little, from when I was a kid. All of them basically. They adopted all of my old books, like my Fraggle Rock books, all of my weekly readers, all my like book fair books. I have so many books still. Oh, well, thank you, Diamonds by Tia. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Um, but like bringing back a snack, yeah, I don't know. I don't have any real fond memories about snacks when I was younger because I was very oh, what's the word? Autistic? Yeah, we'll go with that. About food. I would eat only spaghetti for a year, or I would eat only breakfast cereal for every meal or whatever. And so there's nothing that I look back fondly and go like, "Man, I wish they'd bring back that snack." I mean, I did notice that they brought back Clearly Canadian, because Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning, they did this like whole ass campaign, and you can buy Clearly Canadian now. I did like Clearly Canadian. You know what I did like was and I don't know why because they were disgusting. Do you remember the drink Orbits? And it basically just had like the little Orbeez in it, but it was like gelatin little balls or whatever. I did really enjoy Orbits as a drink, but there are no snacks. So yeah, definitely want back my favorite 90s toys. And I think if there were any that I could go back and be like, man, I wish that I still had that. I had an entire Care Bears. Now this is 80s really, but okay, let me think about 90s then. To think about 90s so that I'm not getting this all confused in the nostalgia range. But um I had collections of so many different things. I don't even know. I just want all of my toys back because I would have them like up on a shelf now, you know. You're holding off for restock? Uh-oh, what happened? The brand new Mrs. Butter D, the one that they just put out this morning? What? Why? Okay, so I TBD, I will TBC, I should say, to be continued. I will chat about that in Discord after dark. Not going to chat about it right now, but that's pretty infuriating. But maybe there's an issue with it. Yeah, like you're saying, Jamie, but I will discuss that in Discord after dark. I will not discuss that right now, but that's pretty crappy. Um so yeah. What's the next one? Let's see. I will hold off my feelings on that publicly for the moment. Um would you rather time travel back to a 90s mall or a 90s arcade? Yeah, the arcade should be in the mall, you would think. Uh, I don't know, man. I I I liked the arcade just fine. My problem was that I was always with my brothers and they would always take my take my coins or my quarters and steal them to go play games or whatever, and then I had to stand there and watch. I think that's probably also why I have no issues with sitting and watching Dustin play a video game for hours, because I used to watch my brothers play video games for hours because, like I said, they'd always steal my tokens. Uh, I used to okay, so there was like a Thomas Kincaid store. I remember I used to go hang out in the Kincaid store. We had this place called oh, what was it called? It was oh man. I can't remember the name of the store, but it was basically like a bath, like a bath store where they would sell, you remember those bath beads that were really popular in the 90s? It was basically like a shape. It would be like a star or a moon or a ball or whatever, and it had a shell on it that when you put it in the water, it had oil on the inside of it and it would like disintegrate. The shell of it would disintegrate in the water. Well, no, I will not share this. You know what? I will save the story of the bath beads because my mom loved to tell this story for my whip and chat this upcoming week. You will laugh probably too hard at me. I will save that story, but I used to go into that store and I would buy just bags of these bath beads all the time. I do still, even now, get nostalgia for the mall, like the way the mall used to be. Not not the sadness of the mall now, because I go to the mall now and I'm like, this is the most depressing shit I've ever seen in my life. Like the children will never understand what it was to go just hang out at the mall and literally just walk around shopping different stores, even window shopping different stores. I also worked in the mall in the 90s, Goddess Jen. I worked at the Deb store, also known as Strippers Deluxe, the Deb store. They sold every kind of stripper gear that you would need. I've never been a stripper, but I had plenty of stripper clothes from working at the Deb store with my discount. I worked at my mom used to work at a place called Things Remembered, which was like an engraving kiosk or whatever. She worked at Things Remembered, and then uh I got my ears pierced at a Claire's, as did my children, because I guess traditions are traditions. In the 90s you could smoke in the mall. Yes, you could. Yes, you could. Tub would be a mess after a bath, bead bath. Mm-hmm. Yeah, about that mess. That might feature in my story about the bath beads. In fact, let me write myself a little note so I don't forget to tell you the story about the bath beads for my whip and chat. Just put bath beads. It's a good one. It's a good one. More embarrassing shit I did as a child. Uh, my favorite food place was probably like the Orange Julius. Oh my god, I could slap. out of one of their like pina coladas or Orange Julius. Whatever happened to Orange Julius? Probably became like a Jamba Juice or something stupid. But yeah, I worked at the mall. I definitely worked at the mall at the Deb store. Embarrassing. Oh well. But yeah, I get nostalgic. It's like I go into the mall now. It's a ghost town. It's sad. It's really sad. I've seen some really cool like renovations where they essentially take, the old like 2 and 3 story malls and they turn them into an apartment complex. It's a really fantastic idea, something to do with the space rather than just leave it, sit there looking sad. Oh, you got your ears pierced at the Claire's too? Yep, it's tradition. Definitely tradition. Spencer's. I can't even tell you how much time I could spend in a Spencer's. And they never, even as a child, nobody ever stopped me from going back and looking at, the naughty adult section. I learned a lot I learned a lot from being at a Spencer's. More than my mom ever taught me, I'll tell you that much. Learned all kinds of fun things. All that you could learn at a Spencer's. Dairy Queen. Oh, maybe. The closest mall to you is always busy. Psh, not here, man. Like I said, it's sad. It's really sad. I mean, there's still stores in it, but like every other store is closed. There's never anybody in there. Do you guys remember Walden Books? I had a membership at Walden Books. Used to be in the Walden Books all the time. We still have like a Books a Million store in our mall, but it's not a Walden Books. It's got, cool stuff in there or whatever. Um, but yeah, I loved them all. The naughty adult section. That's right. Okay. Would you rather relive the 90s school days with Lisa Frank supplies or Trapper Keeper binders? Oh man, I did like Lisa Frank. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Lisa Frank. I didn't have like Lisa Frank everything, but I had some things that were Lisa Frank. I'll tell you what though, I loved my Trapper Keepers. My Trapper Keepers were loud, in the sense that, every Trapper Keeper is loud. I remember when they stopped letting you bring them to school because they were loud, because you could make a whole ass like show out of like slowly unvelcroing your trapper keeper, or we had annoying kids in class who would just sit and like zip with their trapper keeper. Yep, disrupting class with the trapper keeper. You couldn't be quiet with one. It didn't exist. But I did love my trapper keepers. Lisa Frank was all right. You could get a trapper keeper with Lisa Frank on it. Get a trapper keeper with the Goonies. I had a Goonies trapper keeper. I would get like trapper keeper hand me downs from my brothers. Heck yeah. Love trapper keepers. I had a trapper keeper up until probably high school. Then you weren't allowed to bring them in anymore because they were, obnoxious. Okay, let's see. Um, okay. Would you rather have a poster of Leonardo DiCaprio or Jonathan Taylor Thomas on your wall? You know, I don't I was not okay. I'll go ahead and say I thought of the two that Jonathan Taylor Thomas was better looking. Is it weird that Dustin used to have people in school tell him that he looked like Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Yes, that is a little weird because as a boy, he kind of did. Not gonna lie. Um, I didn't really I still don't think Leonardo DiCaprio is all that attractive. Not I mean, I did enjoy Leonardo DiCaprio in like Romeo and Juliet, but I didn't find him to be a heartthrob when I was younger. So I'm gonna go with Jonathan Taylor Thomas over Leonardo DiCaprio. In fact, you know who I thought was better looking than Leonardo DiCaprio was like Devon Sawa, the one that was in Casper. Um, Idle Hands. Yeah, yep, that was another one. Um, or even the kid from The Sandlot. Yeah, not that kid, the other kid. Although people people used to call me Squints because I looked like that kid only without glasses. Baby Leo. That's not 90s, Sujin. Get your millennial butt out of here. Yeah, right? Legolas. You gotta, this is 90s things. Y'all young babies. Um, would you rather be best friends with Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Sabrina, or or Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Buffy, obviously, because if I'm her best friend, then that probably makes me Willow, which is awesome. I would be all right with that, being Willow or Xander. I'm not a Xander type though. I don't feel like a Xander type. I feel more like a Willow type or Anya even. Anya's fun. Um, and like I couldn't watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch because Melissa Joan Hart will always be Clarissa to me. She's not ever going to be anybody else but Clarissa. So she could do her Sabrina all she wanted to. She was always going to be Clarissa from Clarissa Explains It All. Hey, cool. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Ooh, Faith. Yeah, there you go. Maybe Faith. Yep. But yeah, no. Definitely have to be Buffy over Sabrina. Wasn't a big fan. Okay. Would you rather Oh, this is an easy one. Would you rather get stuck babysitting Tommy Pickles or Bart Simpson? Tommy Pickles. At least it would be some kind of harmless baby fun. Bart Simpson's just a little ass who like goes out of his way to be an ass. Like, no, thank you. That'd be like babysitting Dustin. No thanks. I already get. I already have to babysit Bart Simpson. Dustin, you know what you do. He just said, "Yep." Yeah, no, we're not going to be babysitting Bart Simpson. Thank you very much. You get to live at the end of the day, right? That's what I'm saying. Jeez. Um. Oh, would you rather live in the Full House house or the Fresh Prince mansion? Well, I mean, is Full House bigger? No, than the mansion? No. I mean, you really got to see like Will's room, the kitchen area, the living room area. Yeah, you didn't see a lot of the house, but they inferred. I mean, each kid had their own room, the parents had their own room. So that's four children. with their own rooms. The parents with a fifth bedroom. They had a pool because they referenced the pool and a tennis court. Not that I use the tennis court. The Full House house had DJ and Stephanie sharing a room. For a while, Jesse and baby Michelle shared a room. And then remember, Jesse moves up to the attic with his whole family. Right, and then they had Uncle Danny in the basement. No, they did not. DJ and Stephanie shared a room. They had two beds in the same room. Don't argue with me about Full House. No, the twins were upstairs in the attic. The twins were Jesse's kids. The Olsen twins. Yeah, no. The Olsen twins had their own room with Stephanie after DJ aged out and got Michelle's room that Uncle Jesse and baby Michelle used to live in. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I'd rather live in a big ass house where everybody's got their own rooms. There aren't 25 people living in it. Because, sorry to say, neither you or I are going to have our creepy uncle move in. Okay? It's not happening. Not having a basement or an attic uncle. Okay? Neither. You're not moving in a coworker, get married to your brother. Nope. We're not doing any of that. So I'm going to have to go with the Fresh Prince mansion. Definitely. You got a sassy butler. That's handy. I still picked the Silver Spoons house. It had a train. Oh, there you go. Noelle says, Dustin, you don't want this smoke. Okay, let's see. Well, okay. Would you rather have Uncle Jesse or Mr. Feeney as your mentor? So Uncle Jesse, like, as a mentor, he was kind of a doofus. Mr. Feeney at least had an education. He was always kind of looking out for the best for like the kids, and you know what I mean? Like, he was kind of a dick about it, but at least the lessons he gave were good lessons, you know what I mean? Uncle Jesse just sort of goofed his way through shit because he was a doofus who didn't know any better. So now I'm gonna go with Mr. Feeney. That's from Boy Meets World, in case that's the teacher on Boy Meets World, in case you're not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Feeney on that one. Go in. Drills are staticky. I don't want to go in the thing. There we go. All right, next one. Would you rather binge every X-Files episode or every Charmed episode? Stargate. So honestly, neither. I didn't care for X-Files. There was one, I don't even remember the episode, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember what happened in it. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember it scared the shit out of me, and I never watched it again. You hope the Smoky Man's in this one? Maybe it was the Smoky Man. Okay, enough of that. I don't remember what episode it was, but I know there was an episode of X-Files that scared the bejeezles out of me, and I went, nah, I'm good. I also, for the record, would get freaked out when watching like unsolved mysteries. Even the theme song kind of freaked me out a little bit. Even though I love true crime now, but no, there wasn't some episode of X-Files scared the poops out of me, and I just never watched it again. But I was also like not really a Charmed person because as a person who grew up pagan, like that's all, I don't know. That would be like if somebody had a show about Christianity and they had all the facts wrong. but it was all made really sensationalized so that people would watch it. Like, that's why I just didn't really watch too much Charmed. My sister loved Charmed, but if I've got to live in one world or the other, like, wait, or sorry, binge watch. I have to binge watch everything ever, at least with Charmed, I'd probably get a good laugh out of it. I don't know. You gonna take Ben's with you? He's already got a leash, so he's ready for you. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with Charmed because uh at least it's supposed to be like it kind of makes fun of itself, even in a way. I'm gonna go with Charmed. I would binge watch Charmed over X-Files. Also because Dustin drove me nuts enough trying to make me watch some Ancient Aliens crap, and I didn't care for all of that. Beans, come on, get up, let's go. Come on, Beans. Oh my god, ridiculous. Gonna have to drag him, I guess. Oh, he's leaving, Beans. I honestly don't think he cares, but you're gonna take him with you, so don't plan on leaving without him. This dog. He'll yell at you for an hour that he wants to leave, and then when you are ready to leave and you want to take him with you, he just lays on the floor and pretends like he's not going to get up. You had a crush on Rose McGowan? That's not weird. She had beautiful full lips. And she was much less moody than Shannon Doherty was, so there's that. Her personality was really bubbly in the show, so, nothing wrong with that. Um, let's see. Would you rather? Oh my gosh, would you rather rewatch Space Jam 100 times or Home Alone 100 times? I actually liked Home Alone. I vaguely remember Space Jam, vaguely. Uh and I would really, really, really have to enjoy basketball probably to watch Space Jam 100 times. But I think I could watch Home Alone 100 times. I could probably do that. That's a thing I could probably do. You love Phoebe because of who's the boss? Sure. Yeah, I could definitely do some Home Alone 100 times. Why not? Um, Ooh, okay. Now this is a real thing that I've actually thought about when I was a kid. And I have to tell you, I'm so fracking jealous. All right. So, would you rather go on Legends of the Hidden Temple or Double Dare? Man, I'm telling you, I wanted to be on Double Dare badly, but not nearly as much as I wanted to be on Legends of the Hidden Temple. Olmec was my freaking hero, man. I I would have slapped another child to get on to Legends of the Hidden Temple. Like Double Dare looked all fun and games, whatever, but like who in the heck would I go on there with? At least I had a couple of friends I could have gone on Legends of the Hidden Temple with. Double Dare, it was like usually a family member or whatever. Oh man, to go on to Legends of the Hidden Temple. How amazing. Double Dare looked fun, but I wanted to get booty snatched by a Mayan in a because I always felt like, oh my god, I could get through this thing no problem. Once you get to the point where you get to go through the hidden temple, amazing. You watch Home Alone every Christmas. There you go. There you go. All right, look at it's done. It looks really good. I like it. A little butterfly, an Aglius Io. What do I got? 20 minutes? I probably can't finish one in 20 minutes, but we can see. Let's see what other ones there are. There's got to be one in here I can do pretty quickly. Let's go with, I think there's one in here that's really small. This one's kind of plain, just a nice blue one. You do that. Sure, why not? And I'll put, because see, here's the ones that I have done. I have this one done. I have this one done. I did this one before. And I did this one. I like all of them. They're really cute. And you get a lot of them too. Let's go with the blue one. Sure. Go with the blue one. Let's see. You don't know what Legends of the Hidden Temple is? Oh my gosh. You need to like watch YouTube videos or something because it's awesome. It is awesome. It's like a quiz show that was also on about the same time. And you have to do these like physical challenges, but it's you gotta watch. You just gotta watch an old YouTube or something about it because it's good stuff. It's real good stuff. Would you rather? We were talking about this before. Would you rather play Skip It or Bop It? A Skip It or a Bop It? Can I tell you, Skip It is going to be a no for me. Like Bop It, I could sit and play and not injure myself. But the Skip It, I can't tell you how many times I've damn near crushed my own ankle just trying to jump over the frickin'. And I'm coordinated, but that one will bust your ankle. No thanks. Bop it all day long. At least I'm not injuring myself. I don't mind a little physical activity, but holy balls. Once you cracked yourself one good time in the ankle with a frickin' Skip It. And now that I'm elder person, I like, yeesh. Yours was green. Would you rather would you rather master Dance Dance Revolution or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? Oh man, I played the shit out of some Tony Hawk. I was playing Tony Hawk all the time. All of the time. I love Tony Hawk. I don't know that I've ever even played Dance Dance Revolution, like not even in the arcade. Looks all fun and whatever, but I don't know that I'm coordinated enough for all of that. It just seems like more coordination than I probably have. I wanted to do a lot of different things when I was in middle and high school. Like I tried to be on the Palm Squad, never made it on the Palm Squad. Granted, I can learn a routine, whatever, but I probably just don't look coordinated enough with my body to be able to do that sort of thing. So I don't need to make a full on ass of myself trying to master Dance Dance Revolution. Be more appealing for you to master. You still have the mats. Yeah, I played the crap out of Tony Hawk though. Loved it. Loved it, loved it. Plus, I don't have to go anywhere. Do anything. Guitar Hero, yeah. Girl. Heck yeah. Why not? Would you rather collect Lisa Frank stickers or the Goosebumps series? Ooh, I did have a lot of the Goosebumps books. There's a couple of them that still to this day, I'm like, man, that story freaked me the hell out. I loved the Goosebumps stories. I really, really did. I don't know. For me, books are always probably going to win because I love books. I love books. I love to read books. Always loved to read books. Stickers are real cool, but you can't do anything with a sticker. It's a sticker, you know? But books got all kinds of good stuff in them. So Goosebumps books for me. Choose Your Adventure books. Yeah, the Goosebumps Choose Your Adventure. Yeah. Haven't heard great things about Lisa Frank. Well, there's yeah, there's a lot of things from our childhood that like even Beanie Babies, the way that the the owner of that kind of, you know, forced the market to be what the market was and would do things on purpose to drive the market up and yeah. Yeah. There's a there's a show on I can't remember if it's a Netflix series or a Hulu series, but it talks about like the dark side of the whatever generation, dark side of the 90s, dark side of the 80s, and some of the things that are on there about Lisa Frank and about the owner of the Beanie Babies and I mean even like kids shows and stuff like that. It's pretty sad. If you want to keep your childhood untainted, probably don't want to watch it. But yeah, Lisa Frank, not such a good story. Definitely not. You can hang. Oh, good. Um, would you rather rock Doc Martens or platform sneakers? Docs. Hell yeah. I had platform sneakers. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'd rather rock. Oh, you guys, I had the most beautiful pair of 20-eyed Doc Martens. They were like knee high boots, beautiful. They were a birthday present for my 16th birthday in 1996. And to this day, I miss those Doc Martens so intensely. I did like platform sneakers, but Doc Martens forever and always. Forever and ever and ever. Amen. Both give you give me them all. Yeah. Would you rather wear mood rings or choker necklaces? Okay, specifically, the choker necklaces, remember they were like elastic and they looked like because I wore a lot of choker necklaces. I had every kind of choker necklace that you could imagine. But specifically, I always liked the ones that were like elastic, that it would look like a Celtic wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like the Celtic the Celtic knotwork, but in an elastic choker. Loved those. Loved those too much. Tried to convince my children to wear them. My daughter, my oldest, said that it was like being choked by a really weak person, which fine. Okay. Doesn't make it less cool, but I get it. It sort of is like being choked by a really weak person. That's why they're called a choker. Either I don't like the feeling of jewelry on my skin. That's fair. Wear chokers, I feel like they're choking me, especially if you put them on just slightly too tight, and then like you start talking or whatever, and then you realize like how tight it actually is, and that the whole time it's just sort of choking you. Yep. So I had a lot of mood rings. Oh my gosh, you guys. Let me let me see if I can hold on. I gotta see if I can find something. Just a minute. I gotta find it. Slap you around. If I can find Here we go. Here we go. go. Here we go. I found it. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. You guys remember, where did I put the, there it is. Okay. Let me make sure it's not on the wrong side first. No. Okay, good. I don't want to put it on the opposite side. Okay. Do you guys remember this thing? The fortune teller miracle fish. Do you guys remember this? You could buy them at like different little dime stores or whatever. And what it is, it's got like, it's a fortune teller fish and it tells you different things. You put the fish in the palm of your hand and its movements indicate different things. Do you guys remember these things? The fortune teller fish? Okay, hold on. So it's a piece of, it's a fish, all right? And it says, place the fish in palm of the hand. The movements will indicate your fortune. It says keep fish in envelope when not in use. I have the weirdest shit around my house, okay? So, yeah, you get in like a, you know what a dime store is? Well, forget it. I'll explain a dime store in a minute. Okay, but you put it in your hand, okay? And the fish will do different things in the palm of your hand. And based on its movement, like right now, it's just sort of, the head is moving. Okay, hold on. Moving head, ooh, means jealousy. But sometimes, like, legitimately, the whole thing will flip over or curl up. If I can get it to do anything else. Apparently, I'm jealous of somebody. Why do I remember this? I don't know. Oh, now it's the head and the tail are moving. See? I'm not doing anything to it. I'm just holding it in my hand. Oh, moving head and tail means in love. And they can flip all the way over sometimes. But yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm just holding it in my hand. Whoop, there it goes. But yeah, so it's a fortune telling fish. I've had this thing since I was probably 9 or 10 years old. Why? I couldn't tell you. I don't freaking know. But it's a fortune teller miracle fish. I got it. Okay, so like a dime store. A dime store is like you'd go in and there would be like chupa chup candies or little like I don't know, the kind of candy that you could literally get a handful and put it in a bag and they would weigh the bag and that you know that you could get at a dime store. um Dime stores were just like literally a corner store where everything was really cheap. I don't know a better way to describe a dime store. um it's sort of like the idea of everything's a dollar or the Dollar Tree now, but uh just in the sense that everything there is cheap. But there was this place that I used to go. It's called Ella's Deli. And it was like literally the whole place was filled with all of these different animatronics. While you're sitting there, they had these I don't even know how to describe it. It's like there were different animatronics that were on a tightrope or whatever, and it would look like a clown that was riding a unicycle that was holding on to like these two bars or whatever, but it was balancing itself and it would go back and forth on this like wire thing. Um, it was the coolest place. I used to take my kids there, and then I'll have to try and see if I can find some pictures of it, like on the internet, because I'm sure I don't have any. But it closed. They even had a carousel outside, and they had a whole like wall of little cheap candies and that sort of thing that you could buy. And that's another place where I had gotten those before, but was it really a dime? This thing probably was a nickel or a quarter or something I think I got this in 1991 or 1992. And it probably was like a dime or a quarter at that time. Because it's just a piece of plastic. You know what I mean? I don't know how it works or why it works. I'm not sure. It's obviously like the heat in your hand does something to it, but I'm not sure exactly like what kind of plastic it is or whatever, or if it's the writing that's on there. No clue. Don't know how it works, but I know it works off of heat. But anyway, weird stuff. Pull some weird shit out at you. Um, all right. Would you rather? Oh no. Would you rather wear puka shell necklaces or wallet chains? I had a wallet chain. I'm not even gonna lie. I loved wallet chains. They were so useful. You never lost your wallet, like you never dropped your wallet. It was always attached to you. Nobody could steal your wallet because it was attached to your pants. I remember that they outlawed them in school at one point because it could be a weapon, choke somebody out with a wallet chain. Mostly it was just because people were pulling their wallets out of their pocket and spinning them. And then, you turn it into essentially like a ball and chain and bludgeon somebody with your wallet. I know we did that. But puka shell necklaces, that's too funny. Never had one. Did not have a puka shell necklace. I was not that kind of 90s kid. Not at all. You had both. You were explorative. Fair enough. Okay. Would you rather wear frosted lipstick or body glitter everywhere? No, see, I didn't wear frosted lipstick. I didn't wear lipstick really, except when I did. I would always put darker lip liner around the outside of my lips, and then I would use just um just a lip gloss, right? And kind of mix it with the lip liner or eyeliner if that's what I used, whatever. But you'd mix it in and then it would like fade from the edges of your lips. I never wore frosted lipstick, but I wore a lot of glitter. I wore glitter in my hair. I wore glitter on my body. I wore glitter all over the place. Nowadays, no glitter. Absolutely no glitter. Want nothing to do with glitter. Keep it away from me. But in the 90s, I was all about that glitter. I loved glitter. I guess I would be described in the 90s as like the manic pixie dream girl. That's kind of the vibe I was going for, or that I achieved without going for. Um, yeah, I feel like that was definitely my vibe, and glittery sort of whatever was definitely the thing for me at the time. For show, for show, for show. I think drills are enough these days, honestly. Still have my frosted MAC lipstick from the 90s. I don't use it, but I wait for MAC to bring it back. There are people on YouTube or whatever, they pay really good money for even like some used or not used 90s makeups, lipsticks, especially from good companies like MAC or what have you. I was not a big makeup person. I think the most that I really wore a lot of was a lot of eyeliner, but I didn't wear a lot of lipstick or things like that. Probably because my mouth is small, a weird little small mouth. I don't have big juicy lips or anything fun like that. I want to draw attention to my weird looking mouth. Like, nah. All right, let's see. One more, and then we'll call it a night since it's 9:30. What do they do with it? They wear it. Like, they like to show off some of those old trends or whatever with lipsticks, makeup, whatnot. And they'll try it out just to see, you know, how it looks or whatever. Like, there's a whole ass, um, like eBay subsection of people who will buy vintage makeup or vintage styling things or whatever. It's weird. It came up in my reels at some point and I couldn't stop myself watching it. I can't remember the girl's name, but if it comes up again, I'll shoot you a link to one of her reels if it ever pops up again. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I wouldn't want anybody putting my old makeup on their face. You're gonna end up with pink eye or some shit. Obviously, they'd prefer that it be sealed and new, but yeah, there are definitely people who will buy used old ass makeup. Blech. Nasty. All right, one more. Yeah, and some people just collect it just to collect it. They're weird. Okay, would you rather drink only Squeeze Its or Yoo-Hoo? And for me, that's going to have to be, they're both disgusting, but if I have to pick, I'm going with Yoo-Hoo. I didn't care for Squeeze Its. I'm not a fruity drink person anyway, for the most part. So, Yoo-Hoo it is. I have to pick one or the other. All right, guys. I'm probably going to get this finished up tonight. I don't see why I wouldn't. It'll take me another 15 minutes probably. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to head on over to Discord if you'd like to join me. There is a link down in the description. So you can feel free to join the Discord if you'd like to and come and voice chat, hang out with us. Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here, probably have a pee, and, hang out for the rest of my evening. Otherwise, you guys come and check out next Saturday on the live. Tuesday, I'll probably have a live, so long as there's nothing going on. And yeah, we can hang out then. But I'm going to get the heck out of here before Dustin gets back with the dog and he starts making a ruckus. And hope to see you in the Discord. Otherwise, until next time, I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, wide, wonderful world of ours, you have a glorious morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Yes, that's the one, Sujin, the girl with the short hair, dark black hair, and a beret. That's her. I don't know what her name is. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. Later.